Well, hello! My name is Saoirse. I love testing new camera gear during my travels. However, I typically rent the gear I test, so the question must be asked, Saoirse, what do you film when you're not renting something? Well, I'm so glad you asked, and that brings me to the point of this video. What's in my camera bag? Now, I made this video once before, and that was about 3 years ago. Back then I was using a whole laundry list of gear to film weddings. For comparison's sake, here is a list of what that gear was. Mind you, back then I was filming 15-ish weddings a year, but that's not what I'm doing with video anymore. These days I primarily film personal stuff, usually my travels, and thus the gear I carry around has changed. So let's get into what that gear is. First and foremost, I just upgraded my bag to this Jumper Brevity camera backpack. The backpack has room for my laptop, a water bottle, and all my gear, plus it's in my favorite color. In the description of this video is my affiliate link if you're interested in getting something similar. Now, as for the gear that I carry around, my primary camera is still the Canon EOS R6. I got this camera when it first came out and it still works great. In fact, out of all the cameras that I've tested, I've yet to find one that I think would be worth upgrading to. The lens that stays on this camera is the Canon EF 24-70mm, and I use the EF to EOS R adapter. Now, there actually are a couple of lenses that I've tested that have tempted me to upgrade from this lens, primarily being the Canon RF 24-70mm and the Canon RF 28mm. I do think I will get both of these lenses eventually, but for now, this EF lens and the adapter I bought over, I think 3 years ago, work just fine. In addition to the R6, I usually drag around my Canon Rebel G film camera, typically with the Sigma 35mm lens. This film camera was actually my first camera I ever owned, gifted to me by my sister, and I still love taking pictures with it. On top of that, I carry around my battery charger, SD cards in this case, one spare battery, this variable fader for filming around water or direct sunlight, and then an extra roll of film. I also bring along my 2021 14-inch MacBook Pro and a tripod. I have actually yet to take a tripod abroad, but I usually bring it with me if I'm just driving somewhere. And that's it, nothing fussy. I have gone completely away from using gimbals because they were always so bulky and complicated to use, and I just taught myself to have a steady hand when filming instead. I also don't travel with sound equipment or drones or extra lenses. I have worked hard to really narrow down what I absolutely need, and this is it. The rest of this video was me on a trip to Guadalajara, California with my husband and a couple of our best friends. I used my new Brevity backpack and filmed with the R6 24-70mm I just showed you. If you're watching this video for fun, please enjoy some sample footage of my gear. And if you're watching for recommendations, I'll have everything linked in my bio. Thanks for watching.